for, okay. Continue. Let me click continue real quick on my screen. First of all, I'd like to thank you for having me this morning. I know it's morning for you guys. I'm in the afternoon out here in Tampa. And I want to thank 1 Million Cups and the Kaufman Foundation for having something of this caliber for those that are up and coming or startups and trying to find some knowledge or ways to make our products come to reality. So my company's name is AMER-WEED-CA. I know if you're in California, you'll know that legalization of marijuana is pretty popular and it's growing throughout our country to where it's going to be probably legalized in the next couple of years. So I figured I'm trying to capitalize on that concept. AMER-WEED-CA has an array of ideas or concepts. I want to do apparel. I'd like to play with the beverage industry or anyone that just wants to put the trademark name on their product. I'll tell you a little history about myself. I'm a retired law enforcement officer. I did 20 years with the law enforcement, whether it be military or 2 different agencies that I've worked for in Pensacola, Florida, and Tampa. And that's kind of somewhere of why I came on this journey. Law enforcement officers deal with a lot of stuff, whether it be suicide hangings, shootings, and it can be stressful. You got law enforcement officers, firefighters, veterans, first responders, and a lot of them end up being alcoholics, some of them addicts of drugs. And I think marijuana is one of those that will not take them to a level of losing their whole livelihood and give them some sense of calm. So I created this apparel type industry or business in hopes of creating a business for myself. And I'm a real avid about history and how it repeats itself. Back in the day of Prohibition, where you dealt with alcohol and cigarettes, the country both found reasons to allow them to go forward because the country was hurting financially. And I think we're walking into a third phase of that right now, where we're dealing with distributions of mass thousands of checks. And at some point, they're going to be like, who's going to pay for this? And I think marijuana is going to help fund all of our financial problems in this country. You know, I have to run down and get a charger for my laptop. It takes about 20 seconds. Can you stand by? Would have happened. All right. So I think I left off with the prohibition of history of alcohol and cigarettes in this country and how they later on got approved because the country was in a disarray with finances and they were the bailout. And I think marijuana is going to be the same way. Some of the challenges that I've had with it is like any entrepreneur or startup, finances. You want to fund it to be able to, excuse me, to fund the business. There's government regulations with marijuana and restrictions and bylaws and taxes. But with apparel, I don't have to deal with that. In the marijuana industry, you can't get bank loans. They deal with cash only. And there's a lot of challenges dealing with the marijuana industry. So I figured deal with the apparel industry where those kind of challenges are eliminated. Some of the celebrations I have experienced with this concept is to see something on a napkin and then see actual real images of it. It's kind of rewarding. And then I'm actually being able to run into some old friends and old contacts. I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of a screen. Let's see, I want to share a screen real quick if I can. It's not giving me thumb drive. Where's my thumb drive? It's not showing me thumb drive as an option. I just wanted to show you some of the images that I have.
Once you share your screen, you should be able to use your screen as you would normally.
I see whiteboard, iPhone, Google, Zoom, but not the thumb drive.
Hmm.
Don't want that. I wanted to show you some of the images that I've had that were on a napkin at one point in time, and now I've actually made a reality. But
Is that on your website, Mark?
yes, ma'am, it's on there. The images, videos, everything are on the website.
You need to,
AMER-WEED-CA.net.
I'll bring that right up. Hang on just a second.
All right. Yeah, I was just kind of expounding on the celebrations that I've experienced, just to see stuff can go from a napkin to an actual image and something that's looking a little real. You can take the commas out or the hyphens.
Is this you?
Yes, ma'am. And you have to be 21, and of course, that's one of the regulations and challenges you to even go onto the site. If you go to gallery or if you go to gallery, there may be some more images. There you go. I want to do hip hop apparel. You got the bikers, you got those that are in the hip hop world, those that just attend marijuana type functions every year. Who want to try and play with the beverage industry, with whether it be wines, cigars, apparel again. And all I've done is create a trademark where it gives you an array of ideas for those that are users. And at some point, the taboo of being a marijuana user in America has almost disappeared. Just in the state of Florida right now, we have 1 out of 3 Floridians who voted that they would like it to be legalized. So it's on its way, and it's inevitable. Before long, it'll be cigarettes sold in a 7-Eleven before long. Ways the community can help me. I'm trying to actually get it to a level of building a nation that's kind of forgotten those that have been left behind, like the veterans who've been to wars and have suffered from PTSD, your law enforcement officers, firefighters who cut kids out of flaming cars and they're dealing with PTSD, or you have your firefighter who is suffering from cancer from being in these new homes that are made out of plastic anymore. And my whole goal is to somehow give back, or to be, I guess, greedy, I guess. And I think that pretty much wraps it up for me. I'm open for any questions or any feedback to help me in helping launch or get ideas that might benefit me in making this a reality.
Can we play a couple of these